Inner Sunrise, Awake Within. This is a story about a restless traveler who crosses mountains, searching for enlightened teachers, sacred places, and the one teaching that will finally awaken him. A humble sunrise photographer helps him discover that awakening is not acquiring a brighter self, but remembering the light that was never absent. For 7 years, Arun searched for awakening. He studied in monasteries, he sat through silent retreats, he climbed mountains to meet teachers whose names filled books. He collected mantras, beads, certificates, and notebooks crowded with spiritual advice. Still, something felt missing. Whenever someone spoke of inner peace, Arun thought, almost. One more teacher, one more retreat, one more breakthrough. Then I will arrive. His final journey took him high into the mountains of northern Liora, where villagers spoke of a mysterious teacher who appeared only at sunrise. Arun climbed for 3 days. At the summit, he found no monastery, no guru, no temple, only a small woman named Tessa setting up a camera beside a cliff. Where is the teacher? Arun asked. Tessa looked around. You're early. So the teacher is coming? You could say that. Arun sat eagerly. The sky slowly changed from black to violet. Tessa adjusted her camera. You photograph sunrises? Every morning. Why? They are good at teaching without talking. Arun sighed. I came a long way for something more serious. Tessa smiled. What are you hoping to find? Awakening. And what will happen when you find it? I'll finally become who I'm supposed to be. Tessa looked through her lens. There's a lot of work in that sentence. The first thin line of sunlight appeared. Arun barely noticed. I've spent years trying to quiet my ego. Has the ego enjoyed the project? He frowned. What do you mean? Who is trying to become more spiritual? Arun opened his mouth, then closed it. Tessa pointed toward the horizon. The sun doesn't become brighter because we climb higher. That's obvious. Yet you've climbed half the world trying to reach light. Arun stared at her. The sun rose slowly over the mountains. Golden light spilled across stone, snow, trees, and Arun's tired face. Tessa lowered her camera. What did the darkness do to the sun? Nothing. Did sunrise create the light? No, it revealed it. She nodded. For the first time that morning, Arun became still. Tessa continued. Maybe awakening is less like building a fire and more like noticing what the clouds never destroyed. Arun looked across the valley. But I don't feel enlightened. Perhaps feelings are weather. And all my practices? Useful if they help you stop long enough to notice. Notice what? The awareness in which the searching appears. Arun became uncomfortable. He had expected instructions. Instead, Tessa kept removing them. Shouldn't I discipline my mind? Sometimes. Study? If it helps. Meditate? If you like. Then what is the path? Tessa laughed. You've made a career out of paths. For 3 mornings, Arun joined her. She never gave a lecture. They watched light move across mountains. They drank tea. They listened to wind pass through cedar branches. Whenever Arun launched into a spiritual question, Tessa often asked, who is aware of that question? He found the question irritating, then revealing. Thoughts came. Awareness noticed. Restlessness came. Awareness noticed. Peace came. Awareness noticed. The experiences changed. The simple knowing of them did not seem to come or go. On the 4th morning, clouds covered the horizon. There will be no sunrise today, Arun said. Tessa raised an eyebrow. No sunrise? We won't see it. Ah, different statement. They sat beneath the gray sky. Something opened in Arun. He saw how often he had confused not seeing with not being. If peace was not felt, he assumed peace was absent. If God was not experienced dramatically, he assumed God was distant. If awakening did not look extraordinary, he assumed he had failed. He had been trying to improve the dream figure, called Arun, instead of questioning whether the self was ever confined to that figure at all. What if I'm already whole? He whispered. Tessa smiled. Now that is a quieter question. Tears came, not because Arun had achieved something, because for one instant striving stopped. Nothing spectacular happened. No voice thundered. No vision appeared. There was simply the mountain. Breath, clouds, awareness, and no distance between what he sought and the awareness seeking it. Arun laughed. I traveled thousands of miles for this? For what? To discover I never left. Tessa lifted her camera. That happens. Before descending the mountain, Arun asked whether he could call her his teacher. She shook her head. Better to remember what I pointed toward. The teacher within? If those words help. Years later, Arun still meditated. still read, still visited teachers, but the hunger had changed. He no longer approached spiritual practice as a way to manufacture holiness. He used it to remember. When striving returned, he remembered the hidden sunrise. When self-doubt appeared, he remembered that humility was not making himself small. It was recognizing that strength did not belong to the separate self at all. And whenever someone asked him how to awaken, Arun would sometimes smile and say, "Stop trying to become a brighter dream figure. Notice the light in which the dream is already being seen." Because awakening had never been the acquisition of something new. It was remembrance. The clouds could move. The dream could change. But the light had never gone anywhere. May we sing, rest, and dance our way home together.